Hey y'all, this is Amanda and welcome back to my Texas Zone 8A garden, and today we're going to be working in the back on this back fence area. We're going to be adding some trailing lantana to the troughs all the way across the back. We're also going to be doing some pruning on the Hypericum berry, or also known as Wort's, St. John's Worts. We're going to be pruning on those shrubs, and then I'm going to just show you a little bit about the different varieties of shrubs and plants that I have along the back. Okay, so I installed this back area. There were 5 of these. There are 5 of these troughs across the back. I did a partial install a couple of years ago, and then I've just kind of added. And then my big goal has been to begin adding more and more of the shrubs across the back. So let me kind of take y'all through some of this, show you what's doing well. I have lots of plants that I've added in the last year, and what's not doing so well. Okay, just to kind of give you a view. There's 5 of these all the way across the back, and I've also added the cattle panel trellises on them, and those are a real simple, easy process. Back here in the corner, I did a lot of bare root stuff a couple of years ago. This is a Chinese snowball viburnum from bare roots. It is very healthy and very happy. It's doing really, really well right there. And then in each of the troughs, there's some different things. I've got a couple of the yarrow over here. This is the moonshine yarrow that's coming up right here, and then this guy right here is a perennial, and it is called summer snow. It's an obedient plant, and I got that from Blue Stone Perennials, and so that's coming up. I also like to plant cucumber seeds. Maybe we'll do that today too, get some cucumber seeds in. I also have a bare root clematis coming back. I have no idea what variety it is. I've lost the tag. I do have some blooms coming up, which is nice. But this guy is from bare root last year. He's doing really, really good. And I also have verbascum southern charm from Blue Stone Perennials as well. And this will be a beautiful cut flower. And also right here is where I'd like to add some more cucumbers. Right here is a Purple Pride Beautyberry, doing pretty good. It does have some areas that look like it needs to be trimmed out a little bit, some areas that might be dead, so we'll do a little bit of pruning on that today. But it's looking really good. All the green growth is coming up. Right here beside it is an Oh So Easy Rose by, oh, we have a bag here, random. An Oh So Easy Rose by Proven Winners, and it has spread beautifully. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. And the variety is called Urban Legend. It's kind of like a paprika color. It's like an orangey red. Super pretty. I love how it's just covering this area. And that's the goal. And look how it's going up the side, covering this area. Wild. It's almost acting like a ground cover. Absolutely love it. These are highly thorny, I will say. I'm not utilizing this as a cut flower. This is just, the thorns are insanity, I will say, on these very tiny ones that get stuck in your skin. So I wouldn't suggest this particular variety as a cut flower just because it's really hard to work with. But if you're looking for something low grown like this, it looks really nice. Then over here I have an additional clematis coming back from, it was a bare root last year, and it is Dr. Rupel. And so that's looking really good. We have a bloom coming up, which is really nice. I don't have anything else planted here yet. Now I have 2 varieties of Hypericum berries, or also known as St. John's Wort, and I think these were Monrovia, yes. Monrovia, so the first variety is Floral Berry Chardonnay, and we are going to be trimming these back today, so I'll talk about that when we get over here. And then the other variety is called Pinot, yeah, Floral Berry Pinot. So those are looking really good. They have struggled with iron deficiency in the past, and I did an iron treatment last year. We'll be doing an additional iron treatment today. Nothing in this particular guy. And I do have a little lime hydrangea right here. He's doing pretty good, looking good. He was pretty small last year, so he is coming back pretty well. And nothing in this guy. And then back here, I do have a hydrangea that's not doing great. So this is a Twist and Shout. hydrangea, and it is supposed to be perennial down to -30 degrees. It's not doing great. I mean, all I have is that little bit of greenery right there. So this might end up being a replacement. I mean, it still feels green. Like these aren't, some of them are snapping. I don't know. I'm going to leave it a little bit longer, but we might end up replacing that this year. Okay, so let me show you. I love to add trailing purple lantana to the front of each of these planters. They end up being a waterfall of glorious color. Oh, hold up. We're over here. Okay. And here's I already picked up my trailing lantana. I got this from Lowe's for $5.48. A little pricey, I will say, but I wanted to grab it while I saw it. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to start off is I'm going to put one of those in the front center of every single one of these containers across the front. I'll add a little bit of slow release fertilizer, but let's get that one knocked out real quick, and then we'll talk about pruning some of the shrubs. Okay, so we've got the lantana on the front, and they will drape down, and it's absolutely beautiful, and they do well throughout the entire summer. So now let's come over here to this Beautyberry and start with a little work on that. Okay, so this is a Purple Pride Beautyberry. It is ornamental shrub. So it said, outstanding with pale pink summer flowers, turning into lilac violet berries in the fall. Grows to about 3 to 5 feet tall and wide. So it's a really good size for what I was doing. And these can also be utilized for cut flowers, the berries can. So basically what I'm doing is I'm coming in and I'm noticing some like dead branches that have no growth on them. So what I'm going to do is I'm literally just going to cut some of those out and clean out the center a little bit, just to allow this a little room to enjoy. But I'm only removing branches that don't have any kind of growth on them at this point. And basically that was it. Not bad at all. I think we're going to add a little bit of fertilizer around the base, and then we should be good to go. And I'm going to put this guy back on. Okay, let's look at the Hypericum berries. And I'll put a picture of what these look like when they are producing the actual berries. Let me pull these weeds real quick. And so what I want to do is, you can see most of the growth is coming from down low. So I'm going to give this a pretty good hard trim. Trimming it by about 50%. And I found that it goes a long way to encourage fresh, healthy growth. I feel like a lot of this growth on these, it looks old by the end of the season, and not in a very good way. And so I'm going to just trim some of this. I am trimming off some of the existing green that's coming up, but it will be absolutely fine. And just giving it a nice good trim. Anything that doesn't look like it's growing is coming off. Yeah, that looks about 1,000,000 times better already. And all this new growth will flush in really well. Now, this has definitely struggled with iron deficiency, so I am going to go ahead and give it some good fertilizer around the base, and then I'm also going to come back with a little bit of Dr. Iron to treat it as well, and then I'm going to water it in. Okay, so my video cut off and I didn't get to finish showing y'all. So this is actually now, since I filmed that video, that was almost a week ago. And you can already see the beautiful green growth coming off of both of these. This guy still has a little bit of struggle, so we're going to take a little bit more off. And then I'll show you the iron. Okay, you can see the fresh new growth, and then you can see some of the older growth here, and it does have a little coloring issues, some stuff that look a little bit like spots. So I'm going to go ahead and take this down. I just want it to look fresh and happy. Last year I didn't do any trimming on these, and they looked terrible. Especially when we got into the hotter seasons. So I'm just, after seeing like what all the new growth looks like, I'm just going to go ahead and take this off. And this looks like it has tons of ants on it. And it looks like I have ants because I have aphids on here. Y'all, so many aphids this year. It's been a little ridiculous. Okay, that looks a ton better. Just removing some of that old growth. Looks a ton better. And then I've already applied it, but basically I take my Dr. Iron. I get this particular one from Covington's, you can get it from a lot of places. And I take a handful and I just sprinkle it around the base, and I've already done that. And then once I do that, I also add the fertilizer, and I just water everything in really, really well. And that is what I do for these. And also what I have, y'all, it's my first clematis bloom. This guy is Clematis Dr. Rupel. Super pretty. These were grown from bare root. Very, very pretty. So this is the first time they've bloomed for me since having bare root. Okay, perfect timing because it's starting to rain. So we got all the Lantana planted. Really excited to get that started so early in the season. Typically I don't get it until April into May. So really excited about that. Buffy, go on. Go on. She loves the smell of plant tone fertilizer. And then we got the Beautyberry pruned, and we got both of the Hypericum berries, or also known as St. John's wort, pruned as well. We added fertilizer to all three of those, and then we added the iron, Dr. Iron, to the Hypericum berries. All right, you all, I hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you know when my latest videos are up. And make sure you check me out on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I never know what to do with my arms. They feel weird. All right, y'all. As always, she's a bad gardener or decorator or anything else that she wants to be. Thanks, y'all.